Hey guys, we're back for another week of Cincy game hunting, and I actually wasn't planning on starting this week this way. I was going into GameStop, as you see, to trade some games that they had for that promotion. There was a $5 bonus on certain games from like the current gen and last gen. As long as they were worth $5, you got a $5 bonus credit. So I was bringing a couple games in to trade for that. And while I was in there, I was like, do you have any Wii U games in stock right now that I don't have? And she showed me the list, and I was like, that one's there? And what I'm talking about is Turbo, which you'd be like, that's not worth anything, is it? This is almost a $100 game right now. And I bought it all on trade credit. It ended up being $25. So that was a screaming deal to start the week off. I wasn't even recording because I didn't think I was going to grab anything in there. I just happened to ask her, do you think, do you have any Wii U games in stock that I don't have? And she just showed me the list. I couldn't believe I saw it there. And when I saw the price, I was like, really? But yeah, this is obscurely one of the random rare games for the Wii U. And I was flabbergasted that I could find it for 25 bucks. And if y'all don't believe me, look at the bottom of the receipt. That is awesome. All right, we stepped into Goodwill real quick, and I'm kind of running into the same problem at every thrift store I go to. It seems like they have a good chunk of games, but it's all stuff I've already got or stuff that I'm not really that interested in. So we ended up picking up one game. The game in question was Saints Row 2. I thought I had all the Saints Row games already, but apparently this one was not in the collection. So picking that up for $5, not a bad deal. And honestly, this Goodwill kind of usually throws in some $3 games with $5 games, and they're kind of pricings all over the place, but everything on the shelf today was $5. So had it been $3 or less on the shelf, I might have grabbed some more things, because there was a couple games in there that do trade to GameStop fairly well. I think the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga does like a $7 or $8 game to Goodwill, and I think Black Ops is still like a $9 game or a Goodwill. So, but for $5, it really wasn't worth it, and I always like to grab them if I can get like a nice little triple up in the trade credit. But yeah, no deal today. All we saw over there was a bunch of stuff I already got and a couple of random third-party controllers over in the electronics section. All right, me and Andrew actually just walked into a Goodwill and they had a bunch of Genesis games in there. Only problem is, they're trying to charge retail prices for them. Okay, guys, it's a thrift store. I understand it's for charity, but like, you can't charge full price for a game. It's ridiculous. I love buying games cheap at thrift stores, and when I see a Goodwill charging the full amount for a game, like they had Sonic the Hedgehogs in there for like $22.
20.
Oh yeah, one was 20, but the second one was 22. So yeah, the kind of a bummer. I want to say they had Jurassic Park loose in there for like $14, so wasn't worth it. All right, it's a little bit later in the day. A viewer actually clued me in that a local store had an item that I was looking for. Only problem is, it's kind of expensive, and it is what it is. They're actually charging what the item is worth. So I had to scrounge together some trade credit. We threw in the Ni no Kuni Collector's Edition. It's a Halo Reach limited edition. A bunch of controllers that I don't have any use for. I mean, they're all spares that I just keep just in case my controllers break. But I started looking through my controllers, and I'm like, wow, I've got a lot of controllers. I don't need this many surplus. So bringing a bunch of those in, and a couple other games. So I'm gonna try and get that price down to a reasonable amount of money, because I don't want to spend $180. So let's see what we get. All right, so all of the trade credit that I brought in, I ended up getting like $265 in trade credit. So it was free. I thought I was gonna be able to get close, but I didn't realize I was gonna get that much. The Ni no Kuni Collector's Edition ended up getting me like close to $60 by itself. And I only paid, well, technically I only paid $3 for it, because I traded that Move controller in to GameStop and got it for free from GameStop, and then traded to them for $60, I think it was. So yeah, that was $3 to start off with. And that Halo edition was like another $30 to $40 they gave me in trade credit. Bought that from Walmart for $9, so it is what it is. And y'all saw it in the video, what I was going to get. You may not have been able to figure out what it was at first, but it's a PlayStation TV. And y'all know my obsession with Vita all of a sudden. This is the console version of the Vita. So you basically plug it into your television, you plug your Vita games in the back, you can download games to it. It is basically a tiny Vita. Like, it's literally, I can't take it out right now because it's in the box, but it's like, you know, that big. It's tiny, like that skinny. And it's just a little box that plays Vita games. And your Vita memory cards work on it. So it came with an 8GB memory card. I have another 8GB or 16GB at home too, go with it. So that was $169 on their shelf, and it's complete in box. So that's awesome. The only thing that's not in there, it probably is because the game has been used before, is a voucher for the Lego movie, but I don't really need that. So everything else is in there though. It has a blue PlayStation controller and the PlayStation Vita, all the cords, the hookups and whatnot. And like I said, it was free. All right, not too much going on over at St. Vincent today. They had a couple of DS games that were just shovelware games on the bottom shelf of the rack. And Forza 4 was in the glass case, but I've already got that game, and they wanted $4 for it. It's worth about 10. Good deal for anybody who needs it, but I didn't need it, so passed on that one. We did find one game though. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Wii. I believe I have this game on the 3DS. I'm not sure how different it is from the Wii version. But it was unmarked. So the lady said $1. I'm like, sold. It's like a $10 game. It's not nothing special, but the disc was in perfect condition, and I don't have it in the collection, so $1 it is. All right, stepped in my local St. Vincent de Paul, and there wasn't a lot of games on the wall, but it was one of those buy one, get one for a penny days. And the games here are $2 a piece normally, so anything that was somewhat worthwhile, I was going to try and grab at least one or two of them. So we did find two games, nothing that I'm going to play, but Just Dance 4 trades in at GameStop for like $9. So if you guys see this out in the wild, grab this up and trade it in. I mean, I said it was $1 today, basically. So grab that for $1, trading it in for $9. And the other game that I got, just for grins, was Just Dance 2, which I don't think trades in at GameStop, but I can trade it in other local game stores. And it actually had Just Dance 2 and 3 inside. So I had two games, didn't realize it at first, and then I opened it up, I was like, oh, 2 games for 1. So we got 3 Just Dance games for a total of $2.01. All right, another thrift store, and there's a trend. The only thing we got at this one, again, was Just Dance 4. Like I said before, this goes for $8 without a pro membership, and $8.80, so almost $9 if you do have a pro membership over at GameStop. So you see these are pretty abundant. If you can grab them, just make sure when you trade them in, you cannot trade multiple copies in a day, and do not try to trade like day after day after day of the same copy, because I think they will put a hold on your trading, I think, if you try to trade the same game in over and over again. So be mindful of that. But if you find these, like I said, $9 for these. The first one I got was $1, this one was $3. So I spent $4 on these Just Dance games, and I'm going to get like $18 back in trade credit. So keep an eye out for it, guys. All right, guys, we just dropped into New to You Thrift. It's kind of a little church thrift store over near the University of Cincinnati. And honestly, I used to find tons of stuff here back pre-pandemic. And I just haven't seen hardly anything there in the month since, or the year since, honestly. So to find 3 PS4 games in the wall was pretty exciting, and it's all games that I didn't have in the collection. So first of all, Black Ops 3 on the PS4. $5, and it's like a $10 to $12 game, so half off, not a bad little deal. We also grabbed Dragon Age Inquisition. I have Dragon Age 2 on the 360, I believe, but I did not have Inquisition yet, so grabbed that for $5. And last but not least, God of War 3, the remastered edition. Once again, $5 for this. Again, another $10 to $12 game. So yeah, picking 3 PS4 games up for $15, not a bad deal. All right, guys, I broke my rule. I usually will never pay more than $15 for a game, but this was too good of a deal. You probably saw it in the video, but they had Pokemon Black for $50, and it's complete. It's got all the paperwork, manual, and everything. This is like a $100 game. I know Pokemon's kind of spiked right now, but still, buying this for $50 is a steal for a complete copy. I have Pokemon White. I do not have Pokemon Black, so grabbing that, I said $50. I rarely will ever spend this kind of money on a game, but this is a complete copy. And I don't have too many complete copies of older games of the Pokemon series, so most of mine are actually loose copies of games. So Pokemon Black for $50 from Half Price Books. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Great way to end it. And yeah, found a bunch of cool stuff this week. Picked up a PlayStation TV. And yeah, the games where the thrift stores were kind of sparse. But we made up for it with a couple of good retail stops. Until next time, keep hunting.